Happy Sunday everyone. Yesterday our van was open for display at the Willow Family Showcase at A&K Caravans and Motorhomes, which is Willow's Tasmanian dealership, and I had quite a few requests to do an interior tour, and I haven't done one since we first picked up the van, so I thought while it's nice and clean from yesterday, I'll do a bit of a tour. We are currently parked at Reese's mum's house in her drive, so while we're here down near Hobart and the van's nice and clean, I'll do you a tour. I'll start by showing you under our nice big bed. Alright, so our king size bed lifts up and it has a heap of storage under there. Usually Reese's hand tools are there. He's a plumber, so we carry his tools around. They're out at the moment for some work, so there's an extra little bit there that we keep a heap of Duplo and trucks. All the fuses are located under there, and the water pump, easily accessible, hot water system and gas heater. So we've got the Truma Vario gas heater, which is great here in Tassie. It's starting to warm up, but while we've been away, it has been nice to have that while we're off grid. This is our Lithium Lab 300 amp hour power pack and 3000 watt inverter that keeps us powered. We haven't had to plug into 240 volt power since we've had this van, which is absolutely fantastic. When you've got kids and you start paying for caravan park fees all the time, it does become quite costly. Beside the bed you've got power points and USBs, and I'll just pop that back down and show you what it looks like from the top. Alright, here is our big king size bed. So most of you who've been following us for a while will know that we co-designed this van. We previously had a Willow Conifer 620, had that for 23 months, did a lap of Australia, travelled quite extensively, work as we go, and we just wanted a little bit more space, mostly internally, and to gain some payload to carry Reese's tools. So we discussed with Willow if they were planning on a slightly larger family van, and they were, and we got to be involved in that design process. So this is the Illawarra 6520, which is 21 foot 10 internally and 22 foot 8 externally. So we're about 1.5 foot longer than the 620 and the Boab. So it's gained a lot of space for us, which is fantastic. This is our lifestyle. We live in here with 2 little kids, and we plan on doing it for another 2 to 3, maybe 4 years. Not really sure, but it's opened up the flexibility for us to keep on living in here. So one of my main things that I wanted was a bigger bed. So we managed to change from an island queen to a large king size. As you can see, it goes all the way across on one side. So I have lost one side robe, but the space I gain in the bed I'm extremely happy with. We are both tall. We usually end up with a child in with us at some stage of the morning, so to get all this extra space has just been awesome. And even though we've lost one robe, we've gained storage all underneath that side, as I showed you when I lifted it up. So it's fantastic for us. I use the 2 top robes on the right side. Reese uses that top robe and the side robe. We've got shelving up here, which kind of becomes a dumping ground for, as you can see, tape measures, watches, gaffer tape, earphones, chargers, those kind of things. But yes, this is one of our favourite features, the lovely large king size bed, which fits a standard king size sheet, and it does fit a king size doona. However, we've gone with 2 double bed doonas so that we have one each. We've got the TV like most caravans, comes out on the arm, so you can turn it for using the bed as a day bed or watching telly in the morning, and then turn it towards the lounge or the kitchen if you like as well. We've got a Google Chromecast, so we set my phone to a Wi-Fi hotspot and use Netflix and Disney Channel to watch things when we've got internet reception. Then moving into the kitchen. So we also gained a lot of extra kitchen space compared to our previous van. We've got this whole extra top cupboard, all that extra bench, and this extra cupboard, which is quite snazzy, that it slides out and creates extra bench for if and when you might need it. At the other end of the kitchen, we've got slide out pantries. So 1, 2, 3 with wire racks. So that's those. We've also got the Thetford compressor fridge. Originally we were having a different brand that was slightly big, well actually it was considerably bigger in external size, but only 6 litres bigger in actual capacity. So I then heard of this one and wanted this Thetford compressor fridge that has a drawer freezer, and I was able to keep a cupboard below and a cupboard above, whereas the other one I was going to lose a cupboard. So this way I have medicines and things I want out of reach, away from the children, up above, and down below I keep heavy things like canned food. The freezer is a drawer and has plenty of room. We've now got ice creams, frozen berries, chicken, all sorts of things in there. Plenty of room. The fridge is quite a good size as well. Alright, over this side we've got a microwave, which we don't use often, but it is handy sometimes, and it does run off our Lithium Lab system, so that is handy for certain things. We have a cutlery drawer, of course. The next drawer houses my new fry pans. I've recently upgraded, so I've got the Tefal ones that the handle comes on and off, so easier to stack. I want their saucepans. I just haven't been able to source any yet. There are quite a few available, but I wanted the ones that work on induction because I cook on induction a lot. Another drawer with utensils in a large pot, and the drawer down the bottom I use for fruit and veg. It's a little half drawer because you've got the wheel arch behind there. You've got your kitchen sink and tap like normal. The cupboard under there, I've mounted a bin with double-sided tape. I keep my induction plate in there when we're travelling, and a little mini Dyson handheld, dustpan and broom, that kind of thing. We've got a 4-burner gas cooktop. Truth be told, it's only been used once, where it's been used a little bit, because we use our induction plate to boil the kettle and to cook on, so that runs off our lithium system. Below that, but it is handy to have the option for gas if you're in bad weather or running low on power, I suppose. This is where we have plates, bowls. The mugs sit in the bowls during travel so we don't smash them, and these are just a set of 4 plastic tumblers, and the kids have a couple of little kids ones, of course. Now this is another special little half drawer that fits the toaster, kettle and plunger. So the wheel arch is down behind that, and plumbing and electrical. Over to the other side. What have we got? Back to the bed. Sirocco fans, both sides. When you're travelling Australia, don't skimp on fans. You need fans. We've got the Dometic dust reduction system. We haven't really been able to test that out yet, so we will soon. We've only done about 20 k's of gravel here in Tassie, and it was wet, so there was no dust at that time. The door, little entryway, then our large Dinette club lounge. So previously we only had an L-shaped lounge. Now got one that's substantially larger, as you can see. Now the table does pull in and out so the kids can sit around the back, but I push it in when we're not using it. You can push it both ways as well. There's a little lever underneath which does make it a bit easier to do, but I'm trying to do it one-handed. So it can go in and out, up and down, round even. We can turn it around. We've got drawers underneath, quite deep drawers. This one's my nappy drawer because Ari's still in nappies most of the time. This summer, hopefully out of that. And behind there, from about halfway back, is a heap of storage as well. So you just lift up your cushions like most. And on this side, another drawer and other storage behind. This is my Tupperware plasticky area. The cupboards above, so we've gained a cupboard. There's 4. The previous van had the 3. So we have gained 1.5 feet internally. Cereal, pastas, rice, wraps, snacks, nuts, yeah, things that we use for smoothies, LSA, cocoa powder, etc., bickies, tea and coffee, vitamins, plenty of storage in here. Every little light runs off the 12-volt system, nice and bright, and they all have a USB charger point. So, and that's every light. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, plus the extra USB points. So that's the kitchen. Take you down to the other end of the van. So we kept the ensuite and bunks exactly the same. They work really well for our family. So we had no issues there. It's a great layout. We've got double bunks, but you can have this in a triple bunk version. With the triple bunks, they're slightly higher because you've got a bottom bunk on the ground. With our doubles, we've got plenty of room. Each one has the light with the USB point, and we fitted a Sirocco fan in each as well. They're 800 wide by 1800 long. We've also got a bunk net on the top, so that gets fitted at the factory if you want, only because our little one sleeps up there. He's only 2.5. He's slept on a top bunk since he was 4 months old. He's lived in a caravan since he was 1 week old. Little Ida, our 3.5-year-old, sleeps down the bottom. So there's a drawer which we use for linen and things like that. And the bed does lift up as well for other storage. I won't show you. Well, I can actually. And it's also accessible from the outside. So that is where we have life jackets, pool noodles, floaties, a suitcase, a backpack, you know, just things in case we decide to go away for a night or two, or we use the backpack when we're having picnics, etc. We've got plenty of storage between the bunks. Don't judge. Messy. But we just chuck them in. Jackets and everybody's jackets and things go up there. Girls' clothes. Boys' clothes. Top drawer. Towels. We've got Norwex towels. They're microfiber and dry quite quickly. Toy drawer. And book drawer, and colouring and Play-Doh and that kind of stuff. Got a sliding door to the ensuite and a nice little stick-on growth chart. And in here is our ensuite. So we've got a nice side shower, which is the same as what we've had in our other Willow. We use a Bunnings flexi tub for a bath, so the kids have it one at a time. Saves water and they like to sit in there for a while. The shower screen is a retractable plastic screen. It saves weight and it saves space, and then we've also had that previously as well. So yep, over 2 years now, absolutely no worries. It doesn't get moldy. It's treated with a special solution. It just does a really good job, and the kids haven't broken it, so that's a bonus. Around here we've got our mini front loader. The reason we've stuck with the front loader is because it does a really great job, and if we wanted a top loader it would have to go here and I would lose my precious cupboard space, which I like to have. So I think the Ensuite's a great little size, fits the mini loader, which is a 2 kilo front loader. It's definitely not big, but every night we take off our clothes, mostly the kids because they don't rewear much. It gets pretty dirty, so it all gets chucked in there overnight, and in the morning I turn it on the 15-minute wash and it's done while we eat breakfast. What else have we got in here? Obviously a toilet, some shelves. These are just some stick-on mirrors from Bunnings. Plenty of storage in here too. Of course, we've got our supply of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Laundry detergent, dry shampoo for free camping, saves water. A little mini hairdryer, which does work on our lithium system, which is great, and just, you know, spare toothpaste and that kind of thing. A little sewing kit, first aid kit. Yeah, so that's the Ensuite. Works really well for us. That's about it, guys. So span back this way so you can see that from here onwards our van has increased in size by 1.5 foot or slightly more, which has created that extra large kitchen with the pantry. So much storage, we don't know what to do with ourselves, but it's created such a much more usable space for us, especially when it's bad weather and you just need to be inside with kids, or if it's too hot and you need to come in and retreat, get some fans on, get that aircon going. Really depends where you are, but yes, we are loving the extra space. A lot of people have asked me why we changed models, and really it was just to gain extra space and extra payload. So we are carrying around Reese's hand tools, about 100 kilos worth of hand tools generally, and they go under the bed, as I said. That vent there, little black one, that's where the gas comes out. Gas heater, I should say, the heating, not the actual gas. Yeah, so what we've now come up with is a tear weight of 2.7 and ATM of 3.4. So 680 kilo of payload, almost 700 kilo of payload. We've got 3 freshwater tanks underneath that are 95 litres each, and 1 grey water tank. We are on a 6-inch chassis with Alco Enduro Outback suspension with the dual shock absorbers, so we can go anywhere. I didn't show you these cupboards, did I? Wait till you see this. Everyone's got a junk drawer, right? That's mine. And they also got the antenna, so we need to wind up the TV antenna sometimes. Next one across is got the drone and some books and some drink bottles. This is where all the control panels are. We've got freshwater, full, grey water, half. This is the inverter and the lithium system, which is also here. So this little Victron is works through Bluetooth and hooks up to my phone, so that's really handy to be able to see we're completely full, because it's a sunny day out there and I haven't boiled the kettle since this morning. So yeah, but you can play around with different settings and different things. You can see what's coming in. Not very much, but it's full, so it's probably capped it off. Yeah, anyway, it's completely full. And that's how we turn everything on if we want to use the power points. Gas is on electric or hot water is on electric or gas. Generally, well, actually, we're always using gas when we want hot water, but we flick it on and off. So we just turn it on just before we want it, unless we are going to be plugged into 240, which we haven't, but then you could use that one, your pump on and off. CD radio hooks up to the speakers that are under the lounge. No, they're not. Sorry, that was the old van. They're under here now. Okay, so this little cable that's coming here, plugged into the auxiliary, is coming from the TV. So here it is. You can plug that into your headphone outlet, plug it into here, and then it'll run through the speakers that I just showed you. But yeah, that's our van. If you have any questions, please comment or send me a message. Ooh, turn that back off. We're always happy to help. Yeah, and the new van is called the Illawarra 6520 family van. It has now been launched on the Willow RV website, and the brochures are able to be downloaded there as well. Have a good one.